Hi, brothers and sisters. This is John Casilag, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today's gospel is taken from the 21st chapter of the Gospel of Luke, verses 20 to 28. It is not a pretty sight what this gospel describes. Jesus speaks to his disciples of what the end times would be like, and I tell you, it is hardly pleasant. Jesus speaks about desolation or intense sadness, punishment, calamity. He spoke about judgment upon people, people becoming captives, nations being in disarray. He spoke about people dying because of fear, people dying because of what they see coming. But two important things stand out in this passage. The first, brothers and sisters, is that Jesus speaks about the scriptures finally being fulfilled. A period when, even in the end times, a period of death and destruction, a period of sadness and pain, a period of intense difficulty. But it is also a period when we can be reminded that God is all-knowing, able to see the consequences of all the sin and disobedience of His people, a people whom He has continually tried to bring to Himself, a people for whom His own Son will die for, in order to give you and I a chance to choose for the good. The fulfillment of the scriptures, brothers and sisters, is in the coming of the Son of Man, coming, and I quote, in the cloud of power and great glory. End of quote. Second, while much of the passage speaks about death and destruction of people accompanying the fulfillment of scriptures in the coming of Jesus, we would almost feel, brothers and sisters, we would also know that the scripture passage is also about hope. It is also about joy. Why? We feel that because Jesus says that in the last verses, and I quote, "But when these signs begin to happen, stand erect and raise your heads because your redemption is at hand." The coming of Jesus, brothers and sisters, isn't all about death. The coming of Jesus is not all about destruction. For men and women who have strived to follow this King and Lord, salvation beckons. Salvation is coming. For those who have shown faith and tried to live lives of virtue, there's a very special place. When we know who we should be following and we do our best to be good disciples, the end times isn't the time for us to see the ending, but rather the beginning of the rest of eternity with God. Jesus, brothers and sisters, will come in a cloud with great power and glory. He will no longer be the meek, helpless baby in the manger. He will no longer be insulted, trampled upon, attempted to be killed. Suffering will be no more. Look around us. Look around us and you can feel the scriptures being fulfilled even now. You can feel the pain and the suffering day in and day out. But while we might not know when Jesus is actually coming, we can be certain that when Jesus comes, the choice will no longer be ours, but His alone. Death, destruction, yes, but hope and salvation, an even bigger yes. Choose while we can. Choose well while we can. Choose great. Choose God. Tandaan, hashtag, every gising is a blessing. If you're blessed today, do like and share this page so that many more may hear about the great love of God. God bless you, brothers and sisters.